I like to dedicate this to all of the Creator's righteous children. I have some food in my bag for you. Not that edible food, that food you eat? No. I have some food for thought. Since knowledge is infinite, it has infinitely fell on me.
Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Alright, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, especially since this summer, and so here goes. I wanted to make a video talking about Standing Rock and what that means to me. So if you don't know, which you should know, but a lot of people don't know, but a lot of people do know, it's weird. Standing Rock is, so basically, this past February, a lady from the Standing Rock, Lakota, Dakota, Nakota, or Sioux reservation up in Cannonball, North Dakota, that she, this big pipeline corporation called Dakota Access Pipeline, funded by Obama and Donald Trump, ended up coming into the reservation, and they were putting and are putting a almost a $40,000 pipeline underneath their river so that they can pollute their drinking water. They also are bulldozing and putting this pipeline over sacred burial sites and sacred sites of the tribe. This is both no-nos, right? That's strike number one. Strike number two, like most tribes, and especially tribes on reservations who are federally recognized, they have treaties with the United States government, because Native American tribes that are federally recognized and on reservations, but not always just on reservations, but they are sovereign nations, and so that being said, they have rights of the tribe on the reservation that are different than being a U.S. citizen. Now, some people who are on reservations have dual citizenship, like the youth sometimes have dual citizenship because then they can go to college after high school. That's not on the reservation, or if they want to move to the city, they can do that, or different things like that. So anyways, that being said, back in the 1800s, the president then, which I think was Andrew Jackson, because that was around the time that the Trail of Tears was also going on, but a lot of different tribes had these treaties with the United States government saying that they could not come onto their land and harm their natural resources and do any harm to the tribe or anything like that. And of course, being the government, they just totally didn't care about anything that was in that treaty and basically went against them in all possible ways. And it was just like, we don't care about this treaty that's been put in place because you are Native Americans or you are indigenous people, and we really don't care about indigenous people. It just is what it is. And so basically in February, this one lady whose son was actually buried where they wanted to dig up for the pipeline, his burial ground was right there. She was like, heck no, this is not happening. This is not happening. If I'm the only one standing, I will be the only one standing, but I will not let you build this pipeline here. Don't play with me. I'm a mother. Don't do it. And so basically she started the Sacred Stone Camp, which is one of the camps. There's now 4 camps that they have actually in Standing Rock, but the original camp was the Sacred Stone Camp, that she started back in February. And then back in around June, I want to say, the youth of Standing Rock, they decided to do a crowdfunding kind of thing where they decided to run 1,800 miles all the way to Washington, D.C. to send a petition or deliver a petition to the Army Corps of Engineers, which are the people that were helping put together the pipeline. And so they ran 1,800 miles all the way to Washington, D.C. They got there, I think, at the end of July or beginning of August. I can't really remember. But they got there around that time, and they got there on a Friday, and they delivered the letter to the Army Corps of Engineers. And then on that Saturday, they had a rally on Lafayette Square right in front of the White House. And I ended up going to that protest, that rally, that ceremony. I ended up going to it, and I loved it. It was so incredible. It was incredibly powerful. It was incredibly well put together, and it was incredibly lively, and it was just like all their energy and all of what they stand for and all of their fighting went into it, and it was like so beautiful. The youth really know how to put on a really good rally, you know? Like, they really care. They're super passionate. And that's something I love about youth in general, is that they are super passionate about whatever cause it is that they're fighting for. They are super passionate about it, but always in a very non-violent way, with prayers and ceremony, which I think is the best way to do it anyways, because fighting just never gets you anywhere. Call me a pacifist if you want, but really honestly, fighting gets you nowhere, and I just don't think there's a point to it. So, but yeah, so they did that one, and it, you know, during part of it, so it was about, I think I got there around 2, and it ended around, I got there around 2, and I think it ended around like 4 or 5 or 3, I don't remember. But during part of it, it started actually raining, because like I knew it was going to rain that day, but you know, it didn't really matter. I still really wanted to go, and so I ended up going, and it was so hot that day too. It was like in the hundreds. It was like super hot, and then we were doing a round dance in the parking lot in the street, and it starts raining. It just like starts raining, and it's actually really beautiful, because some of the youth that were there, one of the youth said, you know, Mother Earth is happy with us because we are fighting for her. We are fighting with her, and we are helping to make it so that she does not get hurt. And she is happy that we are doing this. She is so happy, and that's why it's raining, because she is happy. You know, water is life, and like, it was just so beautiful to hear that, and like to hear all the chants, and Mani wee choni, water is life. Mani wee choni, water is life. And it was just really like beautiful to hear all of these chants and all of this really like energy fighting for something so important as water. You know what I mean? And during that rally, Shailene Woodley, who you might know from the Divergent series and different movies that she's been in, The Fault in Our Stars and stuff, she was actually there, and that was really cool, because Shailene Woodley has been a big supporter of this movement, and actually has been to North Dakota a lot, and has been really helping to push this movement along. And I really commend her on that, because we definitely need more celebrity support, and definitely more white allyship. Like, I think it's really, really beautiful what she's doing. But she was there, and after that actual rally they had in D.C., they ended up going to New York, and they had another one. And in that one, they had Susan Sarandon, and they had Josh Fox, and they had some other people there as well. I'm forgetting who it is. There's another person that's there, but I forget who it is, so I'll probably just put it in writing right here. You'll see the name of the person. So they had that rally there, and then they ended up going back to North Dakota. And so Shailene ended up going back to North Dakota with them, and they basically started the camp. And that was basically where it all started, really, back in August. And so many people have flooded to Cannonball, North Dakota to be at Standing Rock. So many different people. And the beautiful thing, and the thing that warms my heart, I think, the most, is the fact that different tribes from all over the United States, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii, Central and South America, and Europe, New Zealand, Australia, all these places have come and they are supporting Standing Rock. And like what's beautiful about all of this is that tribes who have historically been enemies and tribes who have historically not been able to come together in such a massive way due to colonization and different other things that have just gone on, are there together sharing, healing, nurturing. Beautiful things are happening. Cute little baby girls are being born. You know, trauma and the past are being healed because people are coming together. Tribes are coming together in support of each other. And it's just really a testament of beauty and harmony, and it just warms my heart. It just warms my heart. It honestly warms my little fuzzy heart. Like I'm in love with it. And back in September, we also, me, my mom, my aunt Christine, and one of my friends, Merope, we ended up going to another rally, and you've probably seen videos from this rally around on Facebook and different places. It was the one that Bernie Sanders was at, and a lot of Bernie's supporters ended up coming to that one. And that one was like a big deal for everybody because it was like, whatever, like Bernie's there, yay, Bernie! And so but a lot of people from Cannonball came too. So like Jocelyn Charger, which I have a video, which I will probably put at the end of this video of her talking to the youth and telling us about what she's been working on. And also different people from Standing Rock and also different people, just Native people in the community in general, were there and giving speeches. And Bernie, of course, was there giving his speech. And it was a really good turnout of people. Really, really great turnout of people. I'll probably put some pictures from that one as well. At the end, we have some really cute ones with us in the signs. It says North Dakota Access Pipeline. And we have them in like really cool, like cute little places. And I'll show you pictures at the end. But the reason that I really wanted to make this video is I just wanted to say that, number one, Standing Rock really needs to become a trending topic on everybody's mind. Because, honestly, Standing Rock is probably one of the most important things that have happened to people in this country and all over the world in such a very, very, very long time. Because Standing Rock isn't just Standing Rock. It's not just the people of North Dakota. It's not just people of the path of the pipeline. It's none of that. It's all of that, but it's also fighting for the world's water and fighting climate change and fighting global warming and fossil fuels and all of the terrible things that are happening to Mother Earth. This is not just about Standing Rock. It's about the world. Because I feel, and a lot of the people there feel, that what happens at Standing Rock will help shift things tremendously in this country and all over the world. Now, there have been a news blockade on mainstream news, which I don't watch mainstream news anymore. I don't have a cable subscription or able to watch news in the general sense, but I get my news from Democracy Now! And different other underground news outlets. And so I don't watch mainstream news, but from what I'm hearing is there is a blockade and a news blackout on mainstream media about the pipeline. Because I can ask anybody walking down the street if they know what's going on in Standing Rock, and they'll say, oh, well, I sort of heard about that, but what's going on? And they don't know the severity of really what's going on. Day after day, things up there get more and more risky. You saw Shailene Woodley getting arrested, having to go to jail for a day, and being strip searched. There are other people, other natives and other non-natives being arrested every day. And they ended up being in jail for longer. And they ended up being strip searched and all of these things. And it's crazy. It's honestly crazy. And the thing about it is that the pipeline people and the government and the sheriffs and everybody, they want these people to go to jail. Honestly, they want people to go to jail, and they want this thing to get violent. They honestly want this thing to become violent, because then if it's violent, then they can say, yes, this was a violent riot, and yes, they're just crazy Native Americans, being crazy as usual. And they really want this to turn into another Wounded Knee. Unnecessarily. Because not one person up there in Cannonball, North Dakota wants this to turn into another Wounded Knee or wants this to get violent. They don't even want guns, knives, or anything that's considered a weapon on the camps, because they have Sacred Stone Camp, and they have the Red Warrior Camp, and then they have 2 other camps. They don't want anything to conflict with what they are doing, because they are trying to keep it as peaceful as possible, because they are trying to just inflict change with prayers and ceremonies and coming together unity. And they are not trying to make this violent. And so if you have heard anywhere at all that this has become a violent movement, then you need to check what you are getting your news from, because this is a very peaceful and very prayerful movement for all people. And there are people from all over the world there right now. And there are people from all walks of life that are supporting Standing Rock right now. And I need people to really realize that this is really going to change everything, really. What happens here is really going to change everything. And it already is, to a degree. It really is changing things. And so, I just wanted to make this video and talk about, what's going on there, because I feel like the word is not getting out there as much as it needs to be. Even though people on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram are sharing videos right and left, and sharing articles and sharing all these things, and Amy Goodman's doing the best that she can, and she's going up there all the time and sharing things on Democracy Now! Every day, and just being our life force as a journalist. It's just not getting out there the way it should be. And it really needs to be a bigger thing, because this is really going to change our world. It really is going to change our world for the better. And, yes, this pipeline is being built as we speak. This pipeline is in construction. And the thing about it is, these people, they are not going anywhere. Anywhere. Those pipeline people, the Dakota Access Pipeline people, they think that the winter's going to come and people are going to get tired and cold and they won't be able to take it, so they'll leave. And then when they least expect it, they're just going to go over there and start something. They don't know that the world is watching. The world is literally watching. People in Malaysia know what's going on. Honestly, this is not just some okie doke joke. This is a real deal chicken meal. Honestly, people know what's up. And so you can't just trick us, right? And so no one's going anywhere. And people are going to be there for the long haul. They don't care if it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They will stay there and they will fight. Prayerfully, peacefully, beautifully, they will fight. And another thing is, pipelines all over the country and all over the world are just bursting out of nowhere. And it's not out of nowhere because we all know that pipelines burst. They just do. It is what it is. And that's the thing that makes no sense at all. It's like we know these things burst because they're not built really well. And then they're just not fully equipped, and they're not good for the water. They're not good for the people. They're not good for anything. And so, of course, they burst. One just burst in Pennsylvania somewhere. A few months ago, some pipelines were bursting in Atlanta and in the South. And, no one's talking about those. And no one's talking about Standing Rock. It's like these things are happening and no one wants to open their eyes and just, understand that, hey, these things are happening, people, honestly. And it's not just this one group of people that are affected. This affects our whole lives, all of us, collectively as human beings. This collectively affects us because I've said this once and I will say it again. Without clean water and without our Mother Earth, none of the other issues that are even going on planet Earth matter, because if we don't have an Earth to live on, then we have nothing. We have absolutely nothing. And that is something that I keep stressing. Every time I go to something or meet somebody that's dealing with racism going on in the world, or food justice, or cultural appropriation, all these different things, I'm like, none of those things can exist or be dealt with if we don't have an Earth to live on, clean water to drink, and healthy, GMO-free food to eat. None of those other things will matter at all. And so it's like we have got to put the pieces together and realize that this issue is at the top of our top. It's the top. It's the top thing that we need to worry about. It matters. This is the top thing that is the most important out of everything else going on. It's more important than this stupid election. It's more important than everything, literally. And I need people to realize that. So, things that I need you guys to do after watching this video. And I will link things in the description box so that you can get more information about what's going on in Standing Rock. I will link videos. I will link my blog, which I've done a few blog posts about Standing Rock and my rallies that I've gone to, and also information about how you can help Standing Rock. And but things I need you to do. I need you to like, comment, and subscribe. I need you to share this video with people who don't know what's going on in Standing Rock. And I need you to make your own video. How do you feel about Standing Rock? If you know about Standing Rock and you know what's going on, make a video and make your voice heard on what's going on in Standing Rock. Tell the government, tell President Obama, tell the mayor of North Dakota, tell all the sheriffs, and tell everybody. Tell them that you do not support the Dakota Access Pipeline, and you do not support the illegal and immoral way that you are breaking treaties and taking hold of people's land, water, food, all of it. You do not support it, and you will not support it. You stand with Standing Rock, and you stand with those people. As a Native American myself, Cheyenne, Blackfoot, Powhatan, and Cherokee, I do not stand with Dakota Access Pipeline. I stand with Standing Rock, and I stand with the world. I stand with the world fighting back and finally taking back what is ours and helping Mother Earth. That is what we need to do. As the 7th generation comes around, we honestly have to start from basics. We need to come back and think rationally, and think with our hearts, and think with our beauty, and thinking about the next 7 generations and whether they will have an earth to live on because we've destroyed it. Think about these things, people. Think about these things. So please, like, comment, subscribe. Make a video of your own talking about Standing Rock and how you feel about this. And please let people know. Let your voice be heard. Journalists all over the country who are going to Standing Rock. Amy Goodman, Unicorn Riot, celebrities that are coming to Standing Rock are being arrested left and right. Warrants here and there. Josh Fox and that lady who is going to make a film about Standing Rock is facing up to 45 years in prison. It's honestly malarkey. They do not want you to know the truth. They do not want you to know what is going on this planet. They want to hide it. They want to shelter you and make you into these zombie-like people. But you cannot be these people. You have got to fight back. We cannot be mindless robots. Honestly, we have got to fight back. We have got to fight back. It is imperative. This is the time. The truth will rise. Honestly, the truth will rise. And it's rising. Oh, baby, it's rising. So, like, comment, subscribe. Make your own Standing Rock video talking about how you feel about Standing Rock. And let the people know you do not stand with Dakota Access Pipeline. You stand with Standing Rock. I stand with Standing Rock and people all over the world fighting for their water, their air, their clean Mother Earth. I stand with you, and I love you with all of my heart. All of the pipeline protesters, all of the water protectors, I stand with you, and I stand with you wholeheartedly. Hopefully, soon I will get to come up to Standing Rock, as I wanted to for so long. Hopefully I'll be able to, and yeah, let your voice be heard. Oh, another thing, before I go, if you're on Facebook, something that would be really great if you could do is, I don't know, I've been getting these messages about checking into the Cannonball, North Dakota. If you check into it, which I will leave what I'm talking about in the description box because I can't really explain it really that well, but if you go on to the Cannonball, North Dakota, like Facebook page kind of thing, and you click on the top right corner, there's like these dots. If you click on it, it'll bring you a drop down thing, and you click on check in, and then you say, I'm standing with Standing Rock, and basically I think that they need more numbers saying that they're actually in Standing Rock, when even though they're not, but they can say they're in Standing Rock just so that the sheriff and, you know, everybody thinks that they're actually in Standing Rock, so they have a lot of numbers. Even though they have like a ton of people there already, they just need more numbers. Like it's something that they need. So go do that. And also, if you are in the DC area on Saturday, October 29th, and hopefully another day in November, my mom and I are having a Standing Rock Winter Supply Drive. And it's from 10 to 4, and it's the Giant on Rhode Island Avenue in Washington, D.C. And we have a friend, his name's Eric, and he has a school bus he's going to be taking to Standing Rock. He already took a load of our donations to Standing Rock last month, and he's going to go again in the end of November, and so he's going to come with his pickup truck and get the donations on Saturday. And so if you're in the DMV area, the Washington metropolitan area, DC, Maryland, or Virginia, come on Saturday and bring your donations. They need many, many things. They need cold weather gear. They need sub-zero sleeping bags. They need 10-person tent or 20-person tent, if you want to chip in for that. They need lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of food. They need baby clothes and baby diapers and baby stuff. They need I'm sure they need clothes too, but not as much. But they probably need like firewood and stuff like that, stoves, What else do they need? They need a lot. They need just a lot. And if you can't get any of those things, you can also donate. I will have links to donation websites in the description, and also more on what they actually need in Standing Rock. But yeah, if you're in the area on Saturday, please come to our winter supply drive for Standing Rock, 10 to 4. And yeah, make your voices heard. Make your voices heard. This is important, people. This is important. Standing Rock, I stand with you. Peace and blessings.
Futures. Our future generations, not even born yet, deserve futures. Thank you. Thank you for coming out and supporting us. We all matter. All of you matter. I will remember all your faces. I will remember this today. I will hold this close to my heart forever because you all matter. You all deserve a future.
Keep it in the soil! Really, whoever doesn't think keep it in the soil! I was just going to put green. Like, I don't know. Water is life! Register as a Democrat. Water is life! I don't know what who to pick. I'm like, the only thing that sucks in Maryland is once I deregister as a Democrat, I'll have to re-register. They cannot break the spirit of our people. That is why we come against the destructive force of this government. This government knows no better because this government has no spirit. If you had a spirit, you would not seek to destroy Mother Earth. You would understand the connection that you can have with this sacred Mother Earth. But unfortunately, that is not the way. And so, the young warriors from Standing Rock made their journey here, all the way here. Running over 2,000 miles. It's reminiscent of whenever they took us from our homelands and told our ancestors to walk thousands and thousands of miles. And our ancestors were able to survive during those hard times. And so, we are still here. We are not many, but we are powerful by our connection to spirituality, our ability to
Go. My name is Jacelyn Charger. I'm from the Cheyenne Sioux Reservation, located in Blvd, South Dakota. My message to all the youth out there watching this, like our page, the International Indigenous Youth Council, where youth voices can be heard across the world. You matter. You do matter. You are the future. You are the leaders of now. You're the leaders of the future. Your voice matters.
It is important to fight for our future. It is important to fight for our rights, because what the political fight is right now is over our future. And they don't have a right to decide our future, we do. We can have our future in our own hands, and I encourage each and every one of you to like our page, follow us. We'll set up a youth conference, invite you to come down. We have a youth camp there led by all youth. It has we don't use oil in any way in our youth camp. We don't. It's all green energy. It can be done, and it will be done, and the youth
Magchitambui ang pigiri, magchitambui kanspewa ebi, magchitambui ang pigiri, magchitambui kanspewa ebi mampewa hokahinong dahon tani gahitai, iweme itai, nankaya muni ewajite, nankaya muni ewajite.